This lesson we're going to learn about the volume of cuboids or cubes. We're going to find out the volume of the cubes or cuboid. Okay, so first of all, will you please look at the formula here. When we need to calculate the volume of cuboid, we may use the formula length times width times height. So what is L means here? Actually, L here means length. And then W here means the width of the cuboid. And H here means the height of the cuboid. So you may look at the cuboid below here and make it bigger. So where is the length of the cuboid? The length of the cuboid is this part. And then the width of the cuboid is this length, okay, this line. So we may write the width here. And then height, this one, height, H, means which part of the cuboid. It means this part, the height of it. So if you find out the length, the width, and the height of this cuboid, then you can find the volume of this cuboid by multiplying the length, the width, and the height together. And then we come to the cubes here. The cubes, or the formula of the cube, is length times length times length. So why it is different from the cuboid? Why we have 3L here? Because we know that all the sides of a cube has the same length. So that's why the length is equals to the width is equals to the height. So that's why we will use length times length times length. So you may look at the cube here. I'll make it bigger. In the cube here, length actually means this part, and then this part in the cuboid, is width. But in the cube, because this line has the same length as this, so that's why this is also called length. And the same for the height here. The height of the cube is called length also. Okay, so these two formula let you find out the volume of cuboid and find out the volume of cubes. Okay. Then now we're going to learn why the formula of volume of cuboid is length times width times height. Why it is length times width times height. And now maybe look at the words here. Length times width means what? Now first of all, this one is length, and then this line here means the width. Okay. Then length times width means you find out the total number of blocks. Find the total number of blocks in the bottom layer. Okay, so your length times width because you want to find out the total number of blocks in the bottom layer. So here it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks for the length. So we write down 5 times. And then the width here has 1, 2, 3 cubes. So that's why it's 5 times 3. So we know that the bottom layer we have 15 cubes. Okay, the bottom layer we have 15 cubes. And then we look at the second paragraph. And then the length times width times height means what? Times height here means after we find out the number of blocks in the bottom layer, we know that it is 15 cubes in the bottom layer. Then we multiply the number of layers to find the total number of blocks in the cuboid. Okay, here's the word missing cuboid. Okay, so it means the bottom layer we has 15 cubes, right? Then altogether we have 2 layers, so we times 2. Here means altogether we have 30 cubes. Okay, so that's why we need to times height after we find out the total number of blocks in the bottom layer. Okay, and 30 cubes here means and the 30 cubes here means if each cube has 1 cm cube, so the volume will be 30 cm cube. Okay. Then now we come to the third slide, and this slide actually is Miss Wong show you how to calculate the volume for this cuboid. Actually, this is easy job if you remember the volume of cuboid, the formula for finding volume of cuboid. So first of all, the volume of this cuboid is what? The formula is length times width times height. If you forget, I suggest you every time write it down before you write the number sentence. Okay, the formula is length times width times height. So now we know that this one is the length, and then this one is the width, and this one is the height. So we can find out the answer directly, write the number sentence directly. It will be 10 times 5 times 6. Okay, and so the answer will be 50 times 6. So it will be 300. Okay, if you need to write the number the statement, then we can write its volume is 30 cm cube. Okay, and then one more thing is, I suggest you write down the number sentence by following the order of this one, the length times width times height. Okay, don't mix up the order. Okay, don't write 10 times 6 times 5. Don't mix up the order, because 6 is the height. Height should be actually is the last number to be multiplied. Okay, so please follow order of this one, length times width times height. Okay, then after you see after you watch the video from Miss Wong, then I think you can find out the volume of some of the cube, so cuboid. And you may go to Add Model, and then you may do the quiz homework 1. Okay, homework 1 actually has 4 questions. Okay, you may click in and do it. Okay, you may do it at home, or you may do it in lesson time if we have spare time in the lesson. Okay. Well, then we come to the lesson 2. Okay, we're going to find out the volume of irregular 3D shapes. Okay, by which method? Is by dissecting method. Okay, and I think all of you learned already what is dissecting method. Actually, dissecting method means cutting method. Means you cut the shape into many different parts. Okay, and then find out the volume of each part, and then add them up all together. Okay. Okay, first of all, let's look at what is dissecting method. Okay, dissecting method means you add up. Okay, add up the volume of all cuboid or cubes. Actually, the first step is here. May you please look at here, this part. This part is very important. You must follow these steps when you're doing the dissecting method. Okay. So first of all, look at the step 1. Before you find out the volume of this irregular 3D shape, first of all, you need to think about how to cut the shape. Okay, think how to cut the shape. So after you find out the way to cut the shape, you must draw lines. Draw lines to show how you cut the shape. So first of all, in this irregular 3D shape, actually you can cut in this way. Okay, for example, Miss Wong cut it horizontally. Then you have 2 parts. You have cuboid A, and then you have cuboid B. Okay, you must do this step. First of all, draw lines. Okay, draw lines to show people how you cut. After that, you name the shape. Put a letter in it, name the shape. Okay, and then the second thing, what to do? After you cut the shape, you need to write down the length, the width, and the height for all this shape. Okay, so for example, may you please look at cuboid A first. Cuboid A is this one. Okay, and you need to find out the length, the width, and the height of it. Okay, so how you find it? The length here means what? The length here, actually you need to find out by yourself. You may look at the overall length for this line. It is 16 cm. Okay, 16 cm. And then for this line is 12 cm. So what do you think about this line? Actually, this line will be 16 minus 12. It will be 4 cm. So you write down the length by yourself here. You must write it down, okay? Write it down first. Don't come to the number sentence so quickly. And the second thing, after we find the length, then we find the width. Okay, actually there is no number given to you for this width, but actually this width is the same as this width, and this width is the same as this width. So this width is 4 cm long, so that's why this one will be also 4 cm. Okay, and then the length this time given to you already is 10 cm, so we can write down. So we find out all the length, width, height for cuboid A. Okay, and the second thing is the cuboid B. We need to find out the length, width, and height for cuboid B. So you may look at the length of it. Cuboid B is this part, and then the length here is 16 cm. You have already, and the width is 4 cm. Have the question give you already, and also the height is 5 cm. Again, it's given to you already. So we can come to the number sentence now. So what's the number sentence? We use dissecting method, so we're going to add up the volume of cuboid A plus volume of cuboid B. Okay, so it means it is for cuboid A. Okay, you must follow. You may look at here. You must follow the order: length times width times height. So for cuboid A, length is 4 cm and the width is 4 cm. So times 4, and then the next thing is times height. It is 10, so we times 10, and then we need to add the volume of cuboid B. So volume of cuboid B again, you must follow the order: length times width times height. So the length of it is 16 cm times the width 4 cm, and then times the height 5 cm. Okay, so this one will be the number sentence for this question. And after you write the number sentence, you may calculate the answer. So it will be 160 plus 320. So the answer is 480. Okay, and then you need to write down the statement also. Don't forget the statement. But for Miss Wong, I have no space for write down the statement, so please remember to write down the statement by yourself when you're doing your homework or in assessment. So after we calculate the volume of this irregular cuboid, I have one thing very important to tell you, is this part. I really suggest you follow the steps of this part. We have 3 steps. When you do dissecting method, first step is to draw the lines, show people how you cut the shape. And the second thing is you must find out length, width, height for all the cuboids first. Just like Miss Wong, I write down the length and the width and the height for the cuboid first. After that, you may write the number sentence. And when you write the number sentence, don't mix up the order. The order must be length times width times height. Don't write down length times height times width. Okay, don't do that. Because if you mix up the order, if you write like this, you will mix up the order easily. You will mix up the number very easily. So I suggest you must write the number sentence by following the order: length times width times height. Now, if you still don't understand how to find out the volume of the irregular shape by using dissecting method, you may look at this example again. Okay, this is a different example. Here's irregular 3D shape, and we're going to find out the volume of it by dissecting method. Okay, and again, every time when you do dissecting method, you have 3 steps to follow. It is these 3 steps. Okay, the first step is you need to draw lines to show people how you cut the shape. Dissecting method means cutting method, right? You cut the irregular 3D shape into cuboids or cube. So you must show people how you cut the shape. So you must draw the line. Okay. So for me again, this time I will cut the shape. How should I cut the shape? Okay. So you must draw lines here. Okay, draw lines to show people how you cut the shape. For Miss Wong, I will cut the shape horizontally like this. Okay, and then please don't forget, give them a name. Okay, and then now we may look at cuboid 8. Okay, after we cut the shape, we need to write down the length with height for the cuboids. Okay, so please write down. Okay, write it down. So first of all, we look at the length here. The length of cuboid 8. This line actually is the same as this line, and also the same as this line. So we can say that actually the length is 8 cm. And then how about the width? The width is this line. Okay, so this line is the same as this line, and also the same as this line. So we can say that this one is the width of the cuboid A. Okay, and how about the height? The height is talking about this part. This is the height, right? So how long is this line? Is it 10 cm? Is it 10 cm here? It's not. 10 cm means the whole line here, but the height of cuboid 8 only occupies this part. So this part would be what? This line is the same as this line, and also the same as this line. So that's why we say that 4 cm is the height of cuboid A. So we have find out length, width, and height for cuboid A. Then we find out the length with height for cuboid B. Okay. But for cuboid B, the length is here, is this part. Okay. And can we get the answer directly? Did the question give you answer directly? How long is the length of cuboid B? Actually, no, you need to find out by yourself. So you may look at here. This line actually means this line plus this line. Okay, so it means it is 3 cm plus 8 cm. So that's why it is, you may write down 3 plus 8 is 11. So you know it is 11 cm for the length. Okay, and then for the height, for the width here, the width again is the same. The width here is the same as this line and the same as this line. So it is 2 cm for the length. And then how about the height? The height here again is not 10 cm. 10 cm means the whole line here. So we only find out this part. So this part is 10 cm. Here's 10 cm. And then minus this part. This part is 4 cm, we find out already. So it is 10 minus 4 equals 6. So it's 6 cm. Then now it is width. Okay. Then we find out the length. Oh, Miss Wong's wrong. Actually, this one. I say again. This line is 10 minus 4. It is 6 cm. And this is the height for cuboid B. Okay. So we have length, width, and height for cuboid B. So we can find out the number sentence now. Write the number sentence following this order: length times width times height. So the number sentence will be cuboid A first. It will be cuboid A first. So it will be length times width times height, and then plus cuboid B. Cuboid B here means 11 times width times height. So it's like this. Okay. So Miss Wong here again, not enough space. So in assessment, in the homework, you need to write down the answer, calculate the answer, and write the statement. Okay. Okay, and then now after you watch the video from Miss Wong talking about how to find the volume of irregular 3D shapes, this is now your turn to find out the volume of irregular shape. Okay, by you. Okay, find this out by yourself. Okay, Then how to find the volume of irregular shapes by yourself. So first of all, you're going to use this app, Explain Everything, to show Miss Wong how you calculate volume of some irregular 3D shape. So first of all, in the Explain Everything, you choose your own shape first from Dropbox. Okay, so how to do that? You may look at here. You may choose this one. You may choose the 3D shape first. 3D shape is inside photo here. Click into it, and then you go to Dropbox. Okay, and then you find out actually it is this one. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I do again. It's Dropbox. Go to Dropbox, and then go to Student Share 5A and 5B, and then your 5A, go in, and then you need irregular 3D shape. Okay, then you may choose either one of them. Okay, you may choose either one of them, or maybe this one. Okay, and then you may do on the next page. Actually, this page is not enough for you. No space for you to calculate the volume of it. Okay, and then after you choose the 3D shape, then you need to follow the 3 steps I show you. Okay, I put a star there, the 3 steps. Those steps, okay, you must follow those steps. Okay, and then you need to write the number sentence. Okay, so what you need to do is open a new Explain Everything page. After that, you go to Dropbox and take out the irregular 3D shape. Up to you. You choose which one, up to you. And then the next one is you're going to write a number sentence, and you must follow the 3 steps Miss Wong told you to do when you are doing Dissecting Method. Okay, and after you finish number sentence, you need to save your video to camera roll. Okay, and while you are doing Dissecting Method in this irregular 3D shape, you may add description, oral description, okay, verbal description, just like Miss Wong. Okay, and then save as a video to your camera roll. Understand what to do? If you have any question, you raise your hand and ask me now.